What's up, everybody? I am Tiffany from Tiffany Outdoors. Welcome to my channel. The holidays are right around the corner, guys. Christmas is right on our heels. So I'm going to get started on another project for this year's lawn ornaments for Christmas. So stay tuned. I have all this random junk in this area right here, and I have some tires here that I want to do a project with. So got on Pinterest, looked at some projects, found some really cool ones. So I'm going to show you the tires I'm going to use and the materials you're going to need for this project. Here's the random tires I had. I was using these to plant potatoes in. When I had a garden, I used these. I just stacked them up and planted potatoes, and it actually did pretty well. But the garden got out of control and got to be too much with other things that I had going on at the time, so dismantled it, threw these over here. These have been sitting here for a couple years, so I'm going to put on some gloves, check these things for black widows and snakes before I use them, and I'm going to show you what we're going to do with these. All right, y'all. Let me show you. These things are my area. There's black widows everywhere, and I do mean everywhere. There's one right there, and that is a small one. That's a very small one compared to the sizes I have seen. Okay. Okay. I'm going to take the water hose to these and brush out all the debris in there and get all the black widow spiders out of there, because there's more. I've seen the egg sacs and everything, so I gotta clean that out, and then we'll continue. I'm excited to show you guys this. Very excited for this project. All right, y'all, I'm gonna show you a little technique that I've used. So I have this little shrub rake, and I use that to scrape out the inside all the way around to get all the debris out, and then I flip the tire over and do the same and try and get as much of that debris and trash out of there as I can. Okay, so the next thing I want to do with these, I want to get my drill bit, my largest drill bit that I have, and drill some holes on one end so that no water can stay in there. If it rains, it'll drain that water right back out. So I'm going to use a large drill bit, the biggest one I have, and poke some holes on one end of those. This tire here already has a defect in it, and I can see a slight hole right here in the bottom. So I'm going to make this my bottom, and I'm going to drill my holes all in this area here. And I'll be using a drill bit. Alright, so I got four of these holes in here now. Now I'm going to move on to the next step. This next step, I have some 1/4 inch plywood. What I did was I had them cut it at Lowe's. I had them cut it, I think it's like 31 inches, because that's the size of my biggest tire. It was like 29 inches. I wanted to make sure I had enough room to do what I needed to do, so I had them cut it down this way, 31 inches from here to here. Now, I'm going to lay this flat on the ground, and then I'm going to trace the tire, the outside of the tire, make a circle, and then we're going to cut that out. Doesn't have to be perfect. Just now we can move this out of the way. And make our cut. When she sits and stares like that, it makes me wonder what the heck is over there that she's staring at. Sometimes it creeps me out. I mean, she's like a statue right now. Bailey. 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 She's not even cocking her ear to listen to me. And that was it. All right. She's done staring. She had been standing like that for a good long minute. Creeps me out. I guess now she's going to go and investigate. Back to business. Perfect. Got my first circle cut out. I'm going to go around the edges with my sander. They're a little jaggedy. I'm going to go around, smooth that out with the palm sander right quick, and then we're going to move on with this project. A quick test fit for this thing. This thing isn't perfect the way I cut it out. There's a little lump here and all that stuff in. That's okay. It's not going to be perfect. But when I look down on it, I want to make sure that the tire is covered, that you won't see the tire very well. So this looks good. Now I'm ready to move on to the next step. This part here is where you can let your creative juices flow. So I'm going to do 4 of these. The first one, I'm going to do a snowman. The second one, I'm going to do a snowflake. One, I'm going to do a Christmas tree. And then the last one, I'm going to do something that looks like a gift or a present or something. But this first one, I'm going to put a base coat. I'm going to paint the whole thing this blue, because this is what I have on hand. So you can use any color you have on hand or whatever you decide. It doesn't matter. So I'm going to go ahead and get this thing painted. Alright y'all, I'm losing daylight quick. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut out the other 3 tires and see if I can't or cannot get those painted. It just depends on how long it takes me, because you know these wintertime hours, it gets dark quick. So I'm going to go ahead and get that done, and I'm going to come back tomorrow and we're going to finish this project up. I will see you guys tomorrow. Got 3 finished. I got a green one, a blue, and a white. And for this last one, I did a square. So what I plan on doing is making this one to look like a present. So I just cut a square. I just measured the tire across and cut a straight line. And I'm going to paint this one red. I'm going to let these dry, and while these are drying, I'm going to show you the next step. Point, I haven't yet told y'all what these are, so I'm going to explain that right now. So this is a Pinterest inspired project, and these are going to be giant, they're going to look like giant Christmas bulbs for your tree. So they're going to be just like a big giant bulb. So you can paint whatever color you want and then decorate it however you want. I'm going to hand paint some designs on each of these, and I'm going to show you what we're going to do for the top to make it look like a bulb. So I got these little buckets from either Lowe's or Home Depot. I can't remember which. I've been to both so many times this week. But I'm going to use metallic gold paint to paint these. Little 2-quart bucket. Little small one. I'm just going to peel these off. This is says high grade steel. We'll see how well the paint sticks to it. I'm not sure how well the paint's going to stick to this, but I'm getting ready to find out. But I'm going to peel these labels off. I bought 4 of these because originally I was going to do 4 bulbs, but then I had the idea to turn one into a Christmas present, so I got an extra bucket. Alright, time to see how well this paint sticks to this. I hope it does work. It's not as gold as I thought it was going to be, but it seems to be sticking to it just fine. Yep, this is going to work. This is going to work. Now, another thing you can do is you can add glitter to this, or you can get the glitter paint. I didn't get the glitter paint because it's almost $7, so I figured I could probably get some regular glitter or just leave it gold plain like this, which is what I'm going to do. I've got those drying. Guys, I don't know how I'm going to attach that to the top of these tires. I have to figure that out. But in the meantime, I'm going to start painting on the other circles that are finished. For this first one, I'm going to paint a white snowflake on here. I have some inspiration. Let me show you this. Let's see, can you see that? That's my inspiration there. I was walking around Walmart and saw that on a, it's for a toilet cover. But I like the way the snowflake looks, so I'm going to draw that on here. I'm going to trace it down in pencil. Now, I'm going to kind of sort of freehand this, but with some help. I've got piece of scrap wood for straight edge, and I'm going to use the little round section on this H for the little round parts on the thing. I'm going to trace it out in pencil, and then I'm just going to color it all in white. I'm no artist. I used to be really good at drawing when I was a kid, and yeah. After that, not so much. Alright, you can faintly see the outline. Ooh, just barely, just barely. So I got a little circle here, a little thing here, a little wingding here. You can barely see my pencil outlines, but what I did was I drew up my design. Okay, let me reel this back in. So I drew up my design, made a little template. That way I can replicate it. It'll be a lot easier for me rather than hand draw that and try to get the angles right. I was having a tough time, y'all. Because I didn't do the exact design that I had. I just used that as an inspiration and put my own little twist on it. Okay, y'all, I've got my design on here, and I'm going to be the first to say it. It is definitely not perfect. Oh my goodness, it's yeah, but I'm going to paint it anyway because I don't want to start over. I'm going to paint it, do the best I can with what I got, and I'm going to show you the results. Don't say I didn't warn you. I know this is not perfect, but I think it looks good. I really do. Even as crooked and wonky as that thing is, it's my creation. It's my mess. It's mine. I did it. No one else did. So, that's the first one. I'm going to try... No, actually what I'm going to do, I'm going to let this dry overnight. I'm going to paint the designs on the rest of them, and then I'm going to let them dry overnight, and then I'm going to put them all together. After looking at this snowflake, I didn't mess it up after all. Actually, it looks really good just like that. So that's going to be, that right there is going to be my top. And I've got all my decorations painted. I'm going to show those to you right now. So I got my snowflake, painted a simple tree. I got a snowman and a Christmas present. So now, the next step that I'm going to do with all four of these, I'm going to spray some clear coat for sealant and protectant to keep the colors vibrant and fresh. So I'm going to paint those real quick. I just got the spray paint stuff. I'm going to do that. And in the meantime, I'm going to prep up my tires. This is what I'm using. I'm using this Rust-Oleum lacquer. I'm going to put 2 coats on there. I got one coat on the other 2 designs. I'm going to put 1 coat here, wait a couple hours, and then go back and put on a second coat. Here is how I'm going to paint these. So I'm going to paint the tire the same color as the background. So this one's going to be green, and that tire is going to be painted blue. So I'm going to paint it so it blends in with the background. That way the design pops out. It makes it give it a cleaner look. So I'm going to go ahead and finish prepping these tires, get them painted, and then I'll come back. Got the tires drying. If you notice this white one, white is going to be the hardest one until you build up enough layers for the paint to stick to itself, so it'll be white. So I'm going to have to do several layers on that tire right there. But the other ones are completed, so now all I have to do is just wait for them to dry. In the meantime, I want to show you guys. I've come up with a solution. So what I did was I took my drill and drilled a hole there, and then I used my jigsaw to cut a line, a little small line for the handle of the bucket to pull through. So I just pulled it through, and it took some squishing and squeezing, but it's in there. It's in there pretty snugly that when this tire fell over, that little bucket didn't even fall off. So I'm going to leave that just like that, and I'm going to do the rest. Just take your drill bit, a 3/8 inch drill bit, take a jigsaw, and just cut it just a little line. But you do have to be careful. You want to make sure that your drainage holes are on the very bottom. There's 2 of them right there. 2 of my drainage holes for whenever it rains, so that water can just seep right on through there. You want to make sure that you find your drainage holes, make sure they're on the bottom, and then look on the top right above it, and then you can see my hole right there, my drill hole. And then just cut you a straight line. You might have to cut a couple times just to get the slit wide enough for the handle of the bucket to fit down in that hole. Our last step that we need to do is I want to line this up. Make sure that the hat is lined up with the top of the little bucket here. And then I'm going to be using these screws here to fasten the wood to the tire. We'll see how well that works first. Let's see. Alright, I found that just putting the screws in the tire wasn't holding very well, so I cut some pieces of scrap wood to put on the inside of the back. That way the screw has something to bite into and hold a lot better than just being screwed into the tire itself. Get a block of wood to screw into. There we go. There, that's holding a lot sturdier. Okay, I'm gonna stand this up so you can see the full effect. Oh my goodness, y'all, I love it. It came out perfect. It looks just like an ornament. Just like an ornament. I love it. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and attach the rest of them. What do you guys think? I think these things are cute. Oh my gosh, they came out so much better than I imagined they would. I'm very, very pleased with these. I hope you all enjoyed this video, and if you really like these, give this video a thumbs up. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.